Taylor Sheridan ultimately made John Dutton the worst out of the Duttons with his prequels after what Kevin Costner did for him. As one of the biggest stars in Hollywood, Kevin Costner's involvement in Yellowstone lent instant credibility to Taylor Sheridan's vision. Sometimes, life dishes out the harshest of lessons, and for John Dutton III, the hardest one might just be what he has become. The Yellowstone patriarch, once hailed as a rugged man of the land, now stands as a father figure so distant and disjointed that fans are beginning to doubt if he ever really earned that title. John Dutton's narrative is an unmistakable paradox, and it's one Taylor Sheridan weaves carefully, but with a wicked twist in his prequels that puts John under an unflattering light. With stars like Kevin Costner, Yellowstone became one of the most talked-about series in recent memory. But perhaps surprisingly, the real magic wasn't in the acclaim or the cattle baron's power plays. The twist comes with the unveiling of the Dutton legacy, which, when cast against the actions of previous patriarchs, raises a burning question. Did John Dutton ever deserve to wear the crown? Kevin Costner's casting. A double-edged sword for John Dutton? Say what you will about Yellowstone, but one thing is undeniable. Kevin Costner's casting as John Dutton gave the show legs. As a household name, he brought credibility and weight to the project, attracting heavyweights like Sylvester Stallone and Billy Bob Thornton to the Yellowstone universe. His star power opened doors to some of the most talented actors Hollywood has to offer, helping Sheridan build a world that was nothing short of cinematic. But the very things that made Costner's John Dutton iconic also showcased a darker, colder side to the character. John may have earned the title of ranching overlord, but when it comes to being a father, that's where the wheels fall off. His relationship with his children, especially his adopted son Jamie, has been a messy one. A parade of broken promises, misunderstood intentions, and emotional neglect. Meanwhile, other patriarchs like James, Tim McGraw, and Jacob Dutton, Harrison Ford, put their families first. John's sense of duty often seemed tied to his own need for control, leading a fan to wonder if he's the worst of them all. When you dig deeper into the Dutton family tree, especially in the prequels 1883 and 1923, a pattern emerges. The men who came before John appear to have embraced a code that John himself sometimes seems to miss. The Duttons before Kevin Costner's John, more honorable, less bitter. Let's take a look at James Dutton in 1883, portrayed by Tim McGraw. James wasn't just a man of grit. He was a father figure who lived for his family and loved them fiercely. Despite the tragedies that marked his journey, losing his daughter Elsa, James showed the resilience of a man who would never let his family go down without a fight. Then there's Jacob Dutton in 1923, a rugged man played by Harrison Ford. Jacob's stoic demeanor didn't hide the heart he had for his family and for the ranching community at large. Unlike Kevin Costner's John, Jacob took in his nephews after their father's death and ensured they were treated as his own. He wasn't just about preserving the land, but about protecting his people. Even when things got heated with rival ranchers or shady business dealings, Jacob carried himself with a sense of integrity that John sometimes lacked. Compare these two men to John, and well, you begin to see the difference. James and Jacob fought for the ones they loved, no matter the cost, while John's battles often seemed tied to his pride, control, and personal vendettas. The Duttons before John had this mysterious thing called honor, something that John's complicated relationship with power often stripped away.